I'll I'll beat everyone up. Nope, that is terrible. What? I saw a reel on Instagram this morning about a new feature in the beta of Illustrator that allows you to take a 2D illustration and rotate it to see different angles. It seems a little bit too good to be true, so I figured I would try it out. To find the beta versions of the apps, you just open up the Creative Cloud app and then click on the Apps tab. And then you'll see this little thing at the top for beta, and then you'll find all the beta versions of apps there that you can just download and open them up. I gathered a bunch of random illustrations that I had done in vector, obviously, pulled them in a doc, and I figured, let's test it out with these different things and see how well it does, because I don't know. I don't really understand how this could work. Obviously, it's using some sort of AI, I would assume, to like kind of rotate these things around. I watched a quick little tutorial on how to do this, and basically all you do is group the thing that you want to rotate. So let's give it a shot. Let's start with this cardinal. I'm curious how it'll interpret like the beak and stuff like that. So basically you just click on this, and then in the properties tab, you'll see this little button called Turntable. And then you hit Turntable, and then I guess it's gonna generate our views. And then from what I saw, there'll be like a slider bar, and you can use that to turn the object. Am I recording? I am. So it's taking a little bit of time, but I guess that would make sense because it's vector and it's, I don't know, making up stuff. I'll leave how long it took for this first one, and I'll trim the other ones just so you can get a feel for what this is like in real time. All right, let's see. Let's see if this birdie can turn. What? Honestly, this is better than I thought it was going to be. I thought that like the examples I saw just worked because maybe they were like specific kind of things that would work well. We'll see. It could have just been like a first shot worked out well, but this is kind of cool. And I guess it's still like vector no matter what. Yeah, wow. Anywhere you stop it, it's still vector. So we go into preview mode. Yeah, it's still there. So that was pretty cool. So these were all drawn in Fresco. I don't really do any of my drawing in Illustrator when it's vector. I just prefer the experience in Fresco. So I just, in Fresco, sent it over to Illustrator, and here we are. Let's try this coffee cup. We'll see how this turntables. With the lettering, that should be interesting. I have a pretty powerful machine. I have a MacBook Pro with the M3 Max chip and 64 gigs of memory. And it's still taking a little bit of time. I don't know what that means. It is also the beta too, so it could be a little bit slower. It also could be because these are like hand-drawn vector art, there's more points than there would be for something that was drawn in Illustrator with like the pen tool. So, you know, just some variables. Honestly, not bad. It seems like this kind of thing would be great for just turning it a little bit, but it really it is a fun kind of wonky look, which I appreciate because it sort of goes with the style. But the way the lettering wraps around the cup is pretty cool. There's some like weird little dots that appear, but you know, that's probably the result of my art. But that's okay. Okay. What about this hand? Surely this is going to get wonky. I have a feeling for my work, probably what this would be useful for is just like rotating it a little bit or getting a little bit of an angle. I don't think any of this stuff is going to work as like a full rotation. I mean, the cardinal was pretty close. For me, because I do most of my work in Fresco, I tend to really only use Illustrator for stuff after the fact. Like I don't do any real making in Illustrator. Maybe it's cleanup, or, you know, doing something like this would be a reason. Sometimes I'll do like prep stuff in Illustrator, like if I want to make a framework for an illustration with like lettering, like wrapping around a shape or something like that. Sometimes the tools in Illustrator are great for that. Nope, look at that. That is terrible. What is that? So, okay, but that like slight rotation, like that's great. That's great. So these like little tweaks, I think, is a useful thing. And honestly, this would be cool to do like a little animation where you just have it like rotate a little bit to get that like 2D, 3D look. You guys ready for a pizza party? Okay, that's a little thick. Pizza's a little too thick. I like how it put this texture on the back. Like, how did it know? You know, it's pretty good. Again, this like little rotation thing, I think that's cool. There's like a weird spot there. Like, I don't know what's happening with that. Does it think it's a cake? I mean, this one didn't work well at all. Can you handle a skull? The input may lack a clear, well-defined subject. It could be simple, too complex, or contain multiple elements. Combined it down with a pathfinder. Maybe this will help. Turntable. Okay, so it's still saying that, but I'm just gonna say do it anyway. Okay, deal with it. Okay, so we get a pretty good rotation side to side. As soon as we get past or get close to like a full profile, it gets a little weird. But like the little profile ones are cool. I also like how the 3D like part of the eye socket thing transfers over. That's pretty cool. I'm curious if we started with like a forward facing skull and tried to rotate that, how that would do. Okay, this rear shot is ridiculous. But I guess, you know, it makes sense because like my drawing doesn't make any sense with like the eye popping out the side. I mean, what would I expect for it? There's at one point where it gets an extra hand. Like some of this is chaos. That's how we defeat the robots. We draw things that are not logical. So this one's like a little scene. This one did better than I thought. Look at the little feet up in there. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. Look, I mean, that whole rotation is not that bad. I know you're waiting for Buttman, but let's do this weird goofy. I mean, it's something. Gosh. Can it handle the butt? Let's find out. I mean, it's a skinny butt, but is a butt on both sides? Is that? Honestly, I never thought about what the back of Buttman looked like. Did you? Did you think that he would have a butt on his back too? Is he? Because I mean, I thought the butt is his mouth, like in the character animator video. The cheeks flap for him to talk. What? I never thought about his actual butt side. It's not great. It's not great, to be honest. But that little rotation, I do kind of like this, because he could like rotate back and forth. Like he's like, who wants it? You could get it over here. You better watch your face, because I'll smash you in the. I'll beat everyone up. I'll beat everyone up. So I didn't have much hope for this one. This one almost works. Well, is almost one of the better ones. I mean, the jaw gets a little weird in the middle, but that's side to side. It's kind of cool. Let me do one last try with a couple purposely straightforward skull. I think it needs a fill though, or it won't know what's inside of it. So let's just quickly make this filled in. All right, let's turntable it. So this is interesting. We're experiencing high demand. Apparently people saw the same reels that I saw and got excited. Maybe it's that thing. Let's just try one more and then we will call it a day. I guess it's broken right now. So what do you think about this new feature? Is it cool? Is it something that you would use? I'm undecided. I don't know if it's novelty or if it's something that maybe, you know, rotating something around a little bit might be fun. Could be cool with Adobe Character Animator for like getting the side profile views so you can get some like head turns, maybe. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm curious because I can't decide how I feel about it right now. Okay, good talk.